All right, so get this. We're diving into pendulum divination today.
Oh,
I know you've been curious about this.
yeah.
And after going through all the stuff you sent over, I gotta say, it's way more interesting than I thought.
Oh, really?
Yeah. We're
Awesome.
talking crystals' hidden energies.
Right.
Maybe even finding your lost keys. Like, I'm not even kidding.
It's true.
This is like,
It's fascinating how pendulums have been used for centuries.
yeah.
Not just for getting answers,
Right.
but for things like dowsing, finding water, or minerals underground.
Oh, wow. So it's like ancient tech still going strong.
Exactly.
And while the source material we have focuses on yes-no questions,
Yeah.
there are hints about all these other possibilities,
Mhm.
like finding lost objects, which I am so down to try.
Absolutely. There's a whole world of possibilities with pendulums.
Okay, so before we go full-on mystical detective,
Yeah.
what exactly is a pendulum?
Basically, it's a weighted object,
Mm-hmm.
often a crystal, but sometimes metal or wood. Hanging from a string or chain?
So like a magic 8-ball with more style.
Haha, kind of. But instead of shaking it, you hold the pendulum and let it move freely.
Okay.
The idea is that it connects your conscious and subconscious mind, amplifying subtle energy shifts.
Okay, I'm picturing tiny energy waves going woo-woo.
Uh-huh.
But seriously, how do you get answers from a swinging thing?
Think of your subconscious mind as this treasure chest of intuition and knowledge.
Okay.
The pendulum is like the key, helping those insights show up physically.
So it's not the pendulum itself that's like thinking.
Exactly. It's about tapping into your intuition and letting the pendulum reflect that.
Got it. Now onto the fun part, picking a pendulum.
Yes?
The source material mentions so many options, it's kind of overwhelming.
I know, right?
Crystal pendulums, metal ones, wooden ones.
Uh-huh.
It's like a mystical buffet.
It really is. It's almost like choosing a wand in a fantasy novel.
Right. And each crystal is supposed to have different properties, like amethyst for intuition,
Yeah.
rose quartz for love.
Clear quartz for clarity, lapis lazuli for truth, black obsidian for protection.
Wow.
Each one carries its own unique energy.
Okay, so many choices.
Yeah.
How do you pick the right one?
Honestly, the most important thing is your connection to the pendulum.
Okay.
Choose what feels good in your hand, what calls to you.
Mm,
Trust your gut on this one.
okay, good advice.
Yeah.
No, once you've got your perfect pendulum,
Yeah.
there's this whole cleansing and programming thing, right?
Yes.
At first I was like, is this really necessary?
Yeah, I know.
But the source material made it seem pretty important.
It's a crucial step. It's not just about mysticism. Cleansing is like hitting a reset button, clearing any leftover energy the pendulum might be holding.
Okay.
Then programming is about attuning the pendulum to your energy, making it your personal tool.
Like giving it a good pep talk before we get to work.
Exactly. And the source even gives a specific affirmation.
Oh, cool.
I dedicate this pendulum to my highest good. May it bring clarity, truth, and guidance in alignment with my intuition.
So it's like setting the intention, making it clear what we're here to do.
Precisely.
After all that, we finally get to ask questions.
Yes.
Seems like most people start with yes-no questions, right?
Yes. It's like learning the ABCs of pendulum divination.
The source mentioned figuring out the pendulum's movements for yes, no, and maybe,
Uh-huh.
and testing to see what works for yours.
Right, because every pendulum is different.
Okay,
Some might swing front to back for yes and side to side for no,
gotcha.
while others use clockwise or counterclockwise circles.
It's like figuring out its secret language.
Exactly.
Once you've got the language down, it's all about asking the right questions.
Yeah.
The source material stressed clear, specific yes-no questions.
Yes.
Like, is this decision in my best interest?
Okay.
Or will I find a new job within 3 months?
Right. But avoid those big open-ended questions or anything super emotionally charged,
Okay,
as those can lead to muddy answers.
so keep it simple and objective.
Yes.
Got it.
Mm.
But now comes the part I'm really excited about. Moving beyond yes-no questions.
Oh.
Because, as the source mentioned, things can get way more interesting.
You're not limited to basic answers. You can use pendulum charts to get more detailed insights.
Oh, cool.
It's like leveling up your pendulum skills.
Those charts were fascinating. Alphabet charts for spelling percentage charts for probabilities, energy level charts for chakras.
It opens up a whole world of possibilities.
And then there's the idea of combining pendulums with tarot or oracle cards.
Oh, wow.
Imagine asking the pendulum to pick a card or confirm a reading.
It's an intriguing way to blend different divination tools and gain a deeper understanding.
And of course, we can't forget the classic use finding lost objects.
Yes, the mystical metal detector.
You hold the pendulum, ask if the item is in the room, then follow its lead.
It said the pendulum swings stronger as you get closer.
Okay, I'm totally trying that with my keys later. They vanish all the time.
I'm sure the pendulum can help with that.
Yeah.
But before you go on a treasure hunt, we should talk about some potential pitfalls. Even with something as seemingly simple as pendulum divination, things can go wrong.
Yeah, the source mentioned being aware of emotional bias. If you're really attached to a certain outcome, you might subconsciously influence the pendulum.
Yes, exactly.
It's like trying to rig the magic 8-ball.
Exactly. That's why it's important to ground yourself before using a pendulum, clear your mind, and let go of expectations.
And it also cautioned against overuse.
Right.
Using it too much can lead to confusing answers.
Moderation is key. Give yourself and the pendulum a break to avoid burnout.
And another big no-no, repeatedly asking the same question, hoping for a different answer.
Yeah.
If you don't like the first response, don't keep badgering the pendulum.
Right. Trust the initial answer and move on.
And finally, don't forget to cleanse your pendulum regularly.
Yes.
It can pick up energies over time, which might affect its accuracy.
Think of it as giving your pendulum a spa day to refresh and recharge.
It's like anything else. Take care of your tools and they'll take care of you.
Right.
So we've covered the basics.
Yeah.
But I'm curious about the history of pendulums.
Okay.
You mentioned dowsing earlier, and I know they've been around forever. What's the backstory?
Well, pendulums go way back.
Okay.
Probably to ancient civilizations.
Wow.
There's evidence suggesting they were used in ancient Egypt, Rome, and China.
Wow, so this isn't just some new age trend.
Not at all. And as you mentioned, one of the earliest uses was dowsing.
Which is basically using a pendulum to find stuff, right?
Yeah.
Like water or buried treasure.
Well, more like water or minerals underground.
Okay.
Dowsers would hold a pendulum, usually wood or metal,
Okay.
and walk around looking for subtle movements that might signal what they were searching for.
So the pendulum is like a mystical GPS.
That's a great way to put it.
Yeah.
And over time, the use of pendulums expanded beyond just dowsing
Okay.
to include divination and spiritual exploration.
So from finding water to tapping into intuition?
Exactly.
Pretty impressive for a weighted object on a string.
It really speaks to their ability to connect us with subtle energies and hidden knowledge.
This whole conversation is making me want to grab a pendulum and start experimenting right away.
I know, right?
But before I go full-on Indiana Jones with my pendulum, I have to ask.
Yeah.
What about people who are skeptical about all this?
Sure.
Some might see it as superstition or just a fun trick.
Skepticism is perfectly fine.
Yeah.
It's good to question things and not just accept everything at face value.
Right.
And to be honest, there isn't a ton of scientific evidence to support how pendulums work.
True. But there's not much to disprove it either.
Exactly. For many people, the proof is in the experience. They've used pendulums and found them to be accurate and insightful.
It's like anything dealing with intuition and energy.
Right.
It's not always something you can measure with a scientific instrument.
Right. But that doesn't mean it's not real or valuable.
So for anyone listening who might be on the fence, I'd say approach it with an open mind.
Yeah.
Give it a try and see what happens.
I agree. What have you got to lose?
Worst case, you spend some time connecting with your intuition. Maybe find a few lost things along the way.
And best case scenario, you discover a powerful tool for self-discovery and guidance.
Speaking of self-discovery, this whole deep dive has made me think about how much wisdom we have inside if we know how to tap into it.
It's a reminder that we are more than just our conscious thoughts, and that there are hidden depths to explore within ourselves.
And the pendulum's like a key to unlock those depths.
It's a beautiful metaphor. The pendulum acts as a bridge connecting our conscious and subconscious minds, allowing us to access the wisdom and guidance within.
It's like having a direct line to our intuition.
I love that image. It perfectly captures the essence of what pendulum divination is all about.
So for our listener who might be feeling inspired to start their own pendulum journey,
Yeah.
what advice would you give them?
First, choose a pendulum that resonates with you.
Okay.
Trust your intuition when making your selection.
And then, of course, cleanse and program it.
Yes. That's how you build a connection with your pendulum.
And don't be afraid to experiment. Ask questions, try different techniques, see what clicks for you.
Exactly. There's no one right way to use a pendulum. It's all about finding what feels authentic and meaningful to you.
And most importantly, have fun with it.
Yes.
It's a journey of self-discovery. So embrace the curiosity and playfulness.
Absolutely. Let your intuition be your guide and see where the pendulum leads you.
Well said. I think we've covered a lot of ground today.
We have.
History techniques, potential pitfalls, even skepticism surrounding pendulum divination.
It's been a fascinating deep dive. I always learn something new when we explore these unconventional topics.
Me too. And I hope our listener feels inspired to start their own pendulum adventure.
Right.
But before we wrap up, the source material mentions something important.
Okay.
Ethical considerations.
Right. Just because we have this tool doesn't mean we should use it for everything.
Yeah, it's like having this power, but knowing when to use it is super important.
Exactly. The source specifically warned against using a pendulum to make decisions for other people or trying to influence their choices.
Yeah, that's crossing a line.
Yeah.
Everyone should be able to make their own decisions freely.
Right. It's all about respecting free will. And it's important to remember a pendulum is a guide, not some fortune teller that can predict the future perfectly.
Right. It's more like a conversation with your intuition than a crystal ball giving you the winning lottery numbers.
Exactly. It can give you insights and help you connect with your inner wisdom.
Yeah.
But ultimately, you're the one in charge of your choices and actions.
So use the pendulum wisely and always trust your own judgment.
Absolutely.
Okay, back to the fun stuff.
Okay.
While we've talked about finding lost things and getting answers,
Right.
the source material also mentioned using a pendulum for something deeper, self-discovery and spiritual exploration.
That's right. It's not just about external answers. The pendulum can be a powerful tool for connecting with your inner wisdom, your intuition.
So instead of asking, will I get that promotion?
Yeah.
You might ask, what path is most aligned with my soul's purpose?
Exactly. It's about turning inward, letting the pendulum guide you towards self-understanding and growth.
The source even mentioned connecting with your higher self or spirit guides using a pendulum.
It's a fascinating idea, isn't it? The possibility of using the simple tool to access realms beyond our ordinary perception.
It definitely adds a whole new layer to pendulum work.
Yeah.
And it connects back to our conversation about skepticism.
Right.
While some might see it as superstition, others might find it to be a profound spiritual practice.
And that's what's so great about it. It's a personal journey. You can use it for practical stuff, spiritual exploration, or a mix of both.
It's about finding what resonates with you, what feels true to your own beliefs and experiences.
Exactly. And that's what I hope our listener takes away from this deep dive.
Yeah.
The pendulum is a tool, a guide, but ultimately the power is within you.
Such a good point.
Yeah.
Well, this has been fascinating. I've learned so much, and I'm so ready to go get my own pendulum now.
Yeah, me too.
But hey, listeners, thanks for joining us on this deep dive.
Yes, thanks for listening.
If you've ever used a pendulum, let us know.
Yeah, tell us about your experience.
And if you haven't, maybe give it a try and see what you discover.
Definitely.
Until next time, keep those questions coming and keep exploring the extraordinary.